What up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another pay-per-view review, Smackdown review, sorta a little bit of both. Um, Survivor Series was on Saturday. I may or may not have watched it while I was at work, but nobody needs to know that. Shh, nobody watches this. It's okay. And SmackDown was the night before. And we're pretty much going to talk about Survivor Series and what was going on in Survivor Series. There was 5 matches on a card. Uh, it was a good show. I think it was a good show personally, and yeah, I liked it. I thought Survivor Series was pretty good. You had two War Games matches, you had two mid card title matches, and you had a world title match. All good stuff. SmackDown was also pretty decent. Uh, you had some matches going into that, and I guess we'll talk about that because we already talked about Raw. So I guess I'll get. I think there was only one Raw. No, there was two Raw. There was the IC title match, triple threat match, and then there was the world title match. So we'll talk about those. Get those out the way. My least favorite of the whole show was Damian Priest versus Gunther, and it hurts my heart to say it because I love Gunther. He's so great, and I really love Damian Priest. But this match was just it was literally just like the SummerSlam match, less intriguing and same outcome, literally the same outcome, and just that Gunther was champion and Priest wasn't. This match was what it was. It was fine, but the story was pretty much Gunther was somehow for some reason scared or was nervous about facing Priest because he knows the only reason why he beat Priest was because of uh, Finn Balor, and instead of just giving Gunther the win, cleanly, because he was working on Damian Priest's shoulder or something like that. Damian Priest was on his shoulder. His shoulder was messed up. So Gunther uh, was aiming for that. But then, of course, again at the end, for somehow, some way, some reason, Finn Balor he lost. He loses, or Finn Balor caused Damian Priest to lose to Gunther. He had a coup de grace on the outside to him while the ref was distracted, and then he turned around. Gunther kicks him in the face, brings in Damian Priest. I think he hits him with a couple of power bombs, chokes him out, and Damian Priest loses again with interference to Gunther. And so they're gonna do more stuff with Damian Priest and Judgment Day. Yay! So now my guess is after this they're gonna have Damian Priest cost them the tag team titles. Whoever will be next in line is gonna cost them the tag titles. So that's gonna happen now. Next up, I think this was a good match. This might have been out of the five my third. I would say my third favorite match. It was a good match. It was the Intercontinental Triple Threat match between Ludwig Kaiser, Bron Breaker, and Sheamus. These guys have been going at it with each other for months. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser specifically, they've been going at it for months. Back also when Sheamus was feuding with Gunther for the IC title. So Gunther was having Ludwig do his dirty work. And then Sheamus was been on a quest for being Intercontinental title champion person because that's the one title he has not had yet. Get a little sip. That's good stuff. So he was trying to get in that IC title picture. Um, and then I think Ludwig No, I'm lying to you. Sheamus and Braun, they had an IC title picture, like they had a title match, and then Ludwig Kaiser, he got in the middle of it, he attacked both of them, and then Sheamus attacked the Ludwig Kaiser Braun Breaker match. Braun Breaker's been interfering in that in their Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus's match, so there was like triple threat match at Survivor Series, and it was good stuff. We liked those. Braun Breaker, still Intercontinental Champion after he took a nasty spear to the gut in the announce table. Oh, I thought he cut his insides open. That's nasty. I would have did that. I'd have been out for the rest of the night. That's why I don't be wrestling. I'd have been out for the rest of the day. I'd be like, new champion, I'm out of here. But that's why he's better than me and tougher than me. Uh, he overcomes two game warriors. Ludwig Kaiser was beating Sheamus with the shillelagh. His whole back is torn up. I wonder if I can get a picture of that real quick. Sheamus took a picture on Instagram of his back. I'd be saying wrestling's fake. Let me show y'all a picture of Sheamus' back. Sheamus. I know they have a picture of it. Um, how does Sheamus? Oh, there it is, right there. Oh, let me dim it up a little bit for you guys. Oh, what the heck? Yeah. Oh my God. How do you? Maybe that would. Maybe that would. Yeah. Look at that. That's his back from the shillelagh that Kaiser dealt with him. So that's tough. It be like that sometimes. So yeah. He hits Kaiser with I think a broad kick, and then Sheamus spears him, and then he takes out Braun Breaker, or Braun Breaker takes out Sheamus, hits him with the spear, and he pins Sheamus. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna pin Ludwig Kaiser to be in that match, and you probably do another Sheamus Braun Breaker match down the line. But I think they might let Sheamus do him for a little bit, let him heal up, and they might do Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser at Saturday Night Main Event, which would be fun. And then maybe after that, then they do Sheamus and Braun Breaker, and maybe hey, they might. I'm not gonna hold you. They might keep the title on Braun Breaker till WrestleMania, and then that's when Sheamus wins the IC title, which would be great. You give Braun Breaker his good run that he deserves. Get Bill Sheamus up again and be like, hey, you got me in that triple threat. You got me a couple times. Today is my time. 1-on-1, me and you for the IC title. And then Sheamus wins it. And then you build Braun Breaker up to the the top dog. Because I think that they was going to do that with Jey Uso. They was going to bring him to the top level. But then he got, something happened. And they probably changed plans. It was like, give me the title back. So that'll be interesting. So that match was good stuff. Go watch it if you haven't. It's on. I think the show is on Peacock. So Peacock's only $5. So go get it. So that was that match. Next up, talking about Smackdown. Real quick. What was going on Smackdown? They had two. I think they had no. They had one triple threat for the U.S. Women's Intercontinental title after Jade Cargill gets attacked. Uh, 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 my girl, Lash Legend, she is the one that got in the triple threat match. Doesn't matter, Mia Yim, she still wins. She pinned Piper Niven, solid triple threat match. She advances on to the one on one. She's gonna be facing probably Naomi, because I'm assuming next week they're gonna do the other triple threat. It's gonna be Naomi, two other people. I assume Naomi's gonna win, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the whole Jade Cargill thing. Did did Bailey attack her to cost her the match so she can be in that match? Was it Naomi? Was it Bailey? Or Was it Bianca? Nobody knows. They're already blaming. They're causing blame on Lash and Jakara and somebody from Team Evil from that women's War Games match, which I guess we could just talk about. It was my fourth favorite. Was better, I think, than uh, the world title, but this wasn't. This didn't hit like the other ones. I think the problem, honestly, is the I don't know. Maybe it's just that it takes like 3 minutes for them to leave the cage. So you leave the cage every 3 minutes, you get advantage. What was really the advantage? I don't know. Tell me what the advantage is. Um, but the team baby faces, they did get the advantage because Bianca did beat Nia Jax. Uh, on that Monday because of Bailey. They were trying to do dissension going on the go home because Bailey was trying to manipulate them. It was like, oh, you guys don't even like each other. You guys would turn on each other. And Liv Morgan was like, that's not going to work. You should be talking because of what you did to Bianca and what you did to Damage Control. You need to worry about yourselves. Pretty much what she said. Bailey did start off. This started off with Nia Jax, I think. I think they started it, which was it was an idea that they did. I love Nia Jax. I think she's great. I think she's a really good women's champion. But her starting that match when you got Bianca Belair, when you got Candice LeRae, when you got or not Bianca Belair. I'm sorry. When you got Candice LeRae, you got Tiffany Stratton, you got Liv Morgan. I mean, you start with Nia Jax. I mean, I get what they were doing. You got, start off, you got big people, your big brolic, uh, big bone. So when the second person does come, you got the disadvantage because you got a disadvantage. Be smart to, get somebody who can hold on against, both people. But I would I probably would have still started off with Candice LeRae. I personally would have started with Candice LeRae. But she did come off after. There was the only little mini thing that they did that was worth their time in the cage was after Naomi came to save Bailey. Uh, when they do the second one, when the Tiffany Stratton it was Tiffany Stratton's time was coming in, but Candice LeRae she snuck past her and she got in second. That's the only tiny thing that happened. You could have did stuff where of course, that Bianca and Io Sky have problems with Bailey. Kind of been curious if after the advantage, like who's gonna be next? Would it be like Bianca or Io? They kind of hesitate, because they have problems with Bailey, and then finally maybe Naomi was like, okay, I'll do it because nobody else wants to do it, something like that. But that never happened. So there was really no discord between any of them. As soon as Rhea got in there, it was pretty much all over. Like a minute, like 5 minutes later, it was all over. Riptide from the top, I think through a table for Liv Morgan for the win. I think Tiffany Stratton tried to cash in, and then Raquel Rodriguez was like, "What are you doing? What are you trying to do right now? We're in the middle of a war games. You're trying to cash in, really?" And then that just put everything on a downhill. But the match was fine, but it wasn't the best that they had. Next up for my second favorite match of the night was, believe it or not, Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight. Yeah, for the United States Championship. Uh, Shinsuke Nakamura wins the United States Championship. Didn't expect it. In my mind, I was like, oh, they're gonna do, especially from the night before. On Smackdown, Shinsuke Nakamura did face El Idolo Andrade in a good match, really good match. I enjoyed the match. I was like, oh, my boy Nakamura, he's back, pulling out good matches. You thought my goat was retired. You thought he was just surfing out here. Nah, man, he was putting in the work. I was happy for him. I was like, yes. Um, he wins, and then LA Knight comes down after the match. Nakamura just nonchalantly just like sprays mist in his face, takes him out. I was like, oh yeah, okay, so LA Knight, yeah, is gonna win. Gonna have a good match. Maybe do a rematch. He does something. Nakamura's like, okay, you got me, and maybe a roll up, and then he takes him out, pours mist in his face to do a rematch at Saturday Night Live, and then that's when Nakamura wins the title. But nah, man, he just took over tonight, last night, or Saturday night, and he wins. He takes out LA Knight. LA Knight does the thing with the top rope elbow drop. They were in the middle of the second ramp, and I think he raked the eyes. I think hit a suplex or something like that on the metal part of the thing. After he rakes the eyes, hits him with a Kinshasa. He might have hit him with two Kinshasas, one in the back, one in the front. 1, 2, 3, United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura. We like those. I like those. I love Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm glad he won. So good on him. People are complaining, oh, Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, they did all that stuff, all that carrying in the mid card, and they didn't get the for what? That wasn't their story. Their story is been that no matter what's been happening with those two, they've been butting heads. That's been their story. They've been butting heads with each other. Every time one person try to get advanced to be United States champion, the other one interferes. Instead of just saying, "Hey, one of us is going to be United States champion. Don't interfere." And then when I become a United States champion, then you get the shot because we're tied or you're up one or whatever like that. But it wasn't like that. They just kept taking each other out, and not being champion, and that's what cost them. And what Shinsuke Nakamura has been saying to the LA Knight was like, your ego is getting to you. You nonchalant about everything. You're letting it get to you, but you're not nothing under that, and he proved it. New United States champion. We like those. Push my goat Nakamura. Let him keep the title to WrestleMania. That's all you need. We're in December, January, March, April. Just 4 months. Just give him four good months. You give him you let him get one win against Carmelo Hayes, get a triple threat win, get a win against Andrade, like a rematch win against Andrade, and then you do a rematch with LA Knight at WrestleMania. Maybe you do Saturday Night main event. Maybe you do Andrade, or maybe you do maybe you do uh, Saturday Night main event. You do Carmelo Hayes, and then you do a triple threat at, or then you do Melo versus Andrade Game 7. So you maybe do Melo then, and then you do Game 7 with the two, and then the winner gets the U.S. title match, and then you do Andrade, and then you maybe do another one. Then you do triple threat or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, you can do some fun stuff like that, and then you could do Santos Escobar. So maybe you do one at one pay per view, and then you do while they're doing Game 7. They're trying to do Game 7. Then you do Santos versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura still wins, and then you do triple threat or fatal four way at Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura still wins, and then you do whoever, either Andrade or Carmelo, before you get LA Knight. Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura wins, and then he loses at Mania, and then you give him Money in the Bank, and then he cashes in Money in the Bank, and then he becomes world champion, and then my goat could finally be world champion, and that's good stuff. We like those, and then maybe Jey Uso, he becomes not Mr. Money in the Bank, but he comes King of the Ring, and then he wins the world title at King of the Ring. He defeats whoever is going to be world champion then. And then Nakamura cashes in on Jey Uso, and then Nakamura world champion. And then you let him hold that for a couple of months, and then Jey Uso gets it back, and then Jey Uso's two-time world. We like those. I already figured it out. Speaking of Jey Uso, my GOAT comes out last, but he goes in first in this War Games match. This War Games match has been a year in the making, I guess. Well, not even a year in the making, a couple of months I guess it's been years in the making. But Roman Reigns wants to be tribal chief. I guess technically right now, Solo Sikoa is tribal chief, and he had recruited my boy Big Brunson Reed to join his 5-on-5. Roman Reigns is like, we don't need nobody. They tried to get Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins like, no. Try to get LA Knight, nah. Tried to get Rey Mysterio. I guess Rey Mysterio obviously said no. They tried to recruit a whole bunch of people. Everybody's been saying no. Paul Heyman finally comes back and he recruits CM Punk because everybody was missing the wise man. And CM Punk was pretty much like, hey, I'm here for Paul Heyman only. I don't care about anybody else. Well, I don't care about you. He loves the Uso. He loves him some Usos. He loves him some Sammy Uso, Jay and Jimmy Uso. Uh, so that was all good stuff. And then finally, uh, he wanted a favor. And Roman was like, you want a favor from me? I'm not giving you no favor. He's like, I don't care about you. I don't want no favor from you. He said he wants a favor from the wise man, Paul Heyman, after he helps him. So it'll be interesting to see what this favor is. Maybe it's something like, hey, you might be his wise man, but I want him to be my wise man too. So if you got him on Fridays, I want him on Mondays. Or if if Roman goes to Raw, if you got him on Mondays, I want him on Friday. I want him on Fridays. I want him on SmackDown because I think that Roman or Punk might be that top dog on SmackDown because they said that Netflix specifically wanted Roman. I think they said he wanted Cena, he wanted Cody, and somebody else. I don't remember who. It was like one other big person, which would be fine. I think they actually wanted Punk, but I don't think. I think if they get Roman, they're not going to get Punk because they'll have Gunther, and Gunther will probably go on SmackDown. They'll probably have Seth Rollins. Maybe they might put Seth Rollins on SmackDown too. Um, and then they'll have CM Punk. That'll be like your top three. They might have keep Kevin Owens on SmackDown, which would be pretty cool. For Raw, you got your Cody, you got Roman. You'll probably have Drew McIntyre still over there. Um, So you'll have stuff. The stuff that's going to go on with Drew and Roman since Drew has still been obsessed with all that stuff. So that'd be all that type of fun stuff like that. But this War Games, man, I love this War Games, man, because this War Games actually from the story perspective, since even from the entrances, I said for the women, there was really nothing except for Candace bypassing Tiffany Stratton when Tiffany Stratton was going to be first one in. This one was like Bad Bloodline comes out first, and then you start with Sammy because they're in Canada, so you start with Sammy, and then Jimmy Uso comes out, then CM Punk comes out, and then Roman comes out, and then Jay Uso comes out. As soon as CM Punk comes out, he's antagonizing Bronson Reed. He just like slaps Bronson Reed in the face. Everybody's going crazy. Solo's just chilling there. Um, Jay comes out. He starts good bloodline. I think Tonga starts bad bloodline. He's just crawling it like a spider monkey, just crazy. Yeah, that was fun. This was a fun match. The commentary was bigging up how the bad bloodline come out together as one unit. Even Bronson Reed, who we don't really know if he's part of the bloodline yet, or maybe he is actually part of the bloodline. He comes out and he's with he doesn't have his own music. There's no ego. He's firmly with the bad bloodline, and everybody from the good bloodline they got their own. Every single one of them, all five of them, got their own entrances. So that's how it was. They were talking about Roman and CM Punk not coexisting or coexisting. Of course, Bad Bloodline, they got the advantage because Jacob Fatu did beat Jay Uso clean as a whistle the night before. Uh, Nick Aldis went to both guys. Was like, hey, neither one of you guys are allowed at ringside. And Jacob Fatu beat Jay Uso clean. I think the second person from Bad Bloodline was Bronson Reed. He comes out, Of course, again, get your big guys in first to take it out to them, and then of course Jimmy Uso's second. He comes out second because that's his twin brother. So they gang up on everybody, hit some double team moves. Next out, I think, is Jacob Fatu. So you really got your big guy. You thought you had your big guys before. Now you really got your big guys. You got you got Bronson Reed and you got Jacob Fatu. He called he called Jay Uso the last night on Friday. He called him Little Blood. He said, "I'm Big Blood. You Little Blood." Which was hilarious. And then this is where it got interesting. Of course, again, CM Punk was ready to go out. Roman Reigns said, "Nah, nah." Puts his hand in front of CM Punk, and he was like, "Nah." He told Sami Zayn, "You go next." The Uso trio, they go in, and then of course Tonga Loa goes in last because you go, you need to save your goat second from last, and then Roman Reigns was about to go through when it was his turn, but CM Punk, nope, same thing that Candice LeRae did. Or from Candice LeRae, was like, "No, I'm bypassing Roman Reigns." He goes straight in. Roman Reigns was not happy about that. And then Roman Reigns comes out. Everybody from Good Bloodline to CM Punk was taken out. He padlocks when Solo comes out. He padlocks the the chain. He chains padlocks it so Roman Reigns couldn't even come in if he wanted to. And they all beat him up. It's like, "Hey, what you gonna do?" And of course, Roman comes out. He climbs the cage. He takes everybody out. Uh, and then him and CM Punk argue. They bicker with each other. I think Roman hit a spear on CM Punk, and then the wise man comes out. He's like, "You guys got to work together. You're not going to win against them." And then they got their stuff together. I think CM Punk was the first to save Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns was still like, "I don't trust you." And then uh, and then Roman Reigns finally put his hand out to shake his hand because before Roman Reigns, he helped out Jay, he helped out Jimmy, and then he looked at CM Punk, just walked right past him, helped up Sammy, and then CM Punk was like, "Oh, bet." But then, when CM Punk actually saved him, then he put out his hand to CM Punk to help him up, and then they was on the same page. Roman speared Jacob Fatu for Punk. Um, Brunson Reed did a big splash off the top, but oh, this is what happened. So Brunson Reed was to go to us to splash Punk, no, to splash Roman. Punk saved Roman from that. That's when they got cool, and that's when they speared Jacob Fatu after that. So they were cool after that. Jimmy Uso, Mr. No Yeet University, he goes on top. He super splashes somebody. Maybe Tama Tonga or Jacob Fatu. He split splashes somebody. Oh, it's Jacob Fatu because that's how he gets out. So you have no Brunson Reed. You got no Jacob Fatu. So they're out the picture. And then you take out Tonga Loa. They take out Tama Tonga. And this is what I like towards the end. Everybody was surrounding Solo because he was by himself. And then Roman was like, "Hey, you can stop this. You can come back to me. We'll forgive you." Solo was like, "Nah, man." He tried to go out of G. He tried to attack him, but no. Bang! Super kick from Jay. Double super kick from the Usos. Take him over there. Haluva kick. Go to sleep. Spear. So it took three super kicks technically because it was a super kick from Jay and then two other super kicks from both twins. Then it was a Haluva kick. Go to sleep and a spear. Six finisher signature moves to take out Solo Sikoa. That's what it took to beat Solo Sikoa. So that was good stuff. And then at the end, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, they shake hands, and they're cool. Uh, uh, you know, Paul Heyman is grateful for his tribal chief. He hugs CM Punk, says thank you. CM Punk says you still owe me. And then he hugs Sammy. He hugs Jay, I think, or Jimmy. Uh, and then praises his tribal chief. So that's all interesting. It'll be interesting to see if CM Punk wants, because I don't know. It's kind of looking like Punk, or not Punk. Roman still doesn't really trust Paul Heyman. Maybe he thinks that he's going to turn him or something like that. But it'll be interesting to see what happens, because everybody is Team CM Punk except for Roman Reigns. So of course, also, if you want to do that match, you still can do that match. That match is right there. So there's still stuff for everybody. But with CM Punk, he's probably gonna go back to Seth Rollins, because like, oh, you helped him out. So I think Seth Rollins might interrupt CM Punk, who is starting the show. So Seth Rollins might interfere with that, or interrupt that. I think Drew McIntyre is scheduled to come back. So we'll see if he comes back better than ever. Shout out to Eric Bischoff, who's going to be on NXT tomorrow. Um, but yeah, that was the show. If I would rate the show, I would rate it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Solid show. I don't think there was like a dud of the show. I think like the world title picture match was fine. The Women World Game match was cool. I could do without the original stuff. Nia Jax did the Hulk Hogan when she was doing the chairs on everybody, so it was hilarious. Um, New United States champion, we like those. Great main event, pretty fun. Triple threat match. So yeah, I give the show 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10, maybe a B plus in that area. So that was all good stuff. Uh, Anything else? Triple threat match tonight on Raw. Dakota Kai versus Katana Chance versus Shayna Baszler in the IC Women's Intercontinental Champion bracket. Now they got that going on. They got Damage Controls, Io Sky, and Kyrie Sane. They are facing off against Raquel and Liv Morgan. We got CM Punk opens the show. 10-year anniversary for the New Day. Please pray, Big E. Save them with the power of positivity. Please, 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 please. Because I might cry if they break up. Don't want it to happen. I assume that's probably going to be the main event. Pete Dunne goes one-on-one with R-Truth, and probably some more stuff that's going to happen. So we'll see. Um, what do you guys think of the show? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.